Okay, it's August 7th, new Blackwater River Farm. I rented a skid steer and a brush cutter for the weekend, and I've got this, outside of a little cleanup, I've got this food plot ready to go. It's a good half acre. Seems like more than that, but it figures out to about a half acre plus. I was hoping to get at least that, and maybe 3/4 of an acre. So if I have time today, I've got the skid steer and stuff. I've got it the rest of the day. It's Sunday, but I spent all day on it yesterday and got so much done. It was awesome. So anyway, I'm working on trails. I got a trail heading towards the Blackwater. I'm not quite there yet, and I'll show you that in a minute, but want to show what I've been doing here. This is a trail coming off the food plot, and this is not a trail that I'm going to be using a lot or anything like that. Like if I come back here on the side by side, it's going to be to drag a deer out. And as you can tell, I didn't clean it up that much. I just ripped and teared through here, but there's about I went down that way, kind of created a little dead end there, but there's about 2 or 3 acres here that is so choked up with autumn olive you can't hardly move in here. So I got in here with that brush cutter and just went after every autumn olive bush I could, and these are huge. I mean, big mature autumn olive bushes, and that skid steer makes short work of them. They're actually kind of brittle. You can pop them up out of their root system actually pretty easily with the skid steer, with the bucket or the brush cutter. There's another big one. They just pop right out of the ground. There's one back there I didn't quite get to. I didn't get them all. I mean, I went through here, and I won't show every. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's just a maze back here. Eventually it's going to end up looking all the same, but I don't know, 30 or 40 of those big autumn olive bushes I destroyed with the skid steer. So this area back in here just I don't think it was used much by the deer. So, and I think a lot of it's because it's so choked up with all the big autumn olive. And you know, I look at it and I missed quite a few. I don't even know if I got half of them, but I went all through here, made some little pockets and trails, and just kind of interconnected everything that maybe the deer will use this a little more. And it's definitely an area that will probably require some work in the future. You know, I don't know what to do with all the autumn olive carcasses that I've created, but for this year we'll just see how or if the deer use it and adjust from there. But at this point, at least I can see some deer traveling through here, and maybe even bedding. To me, it looks like pretty decent bedding cover, but anyway, we'll see. So before I do anything else this morning, I am going to work on getting the road finished down to the Blackwater River. So I'll show you that next, but it's back that way, and then I've got basically a road I've started heading back to the river. So calling it a road maybe was a stretch. How about a trail? But anyway, we're up on top of actually a levee right now, which is the remnants of an old levee that existed before this was even put into WRP. So, but I've got to cut a few trees here to continue on. But eventually I'll get to a point where it's washed out so bad, you know, I won't be able to stay on the levee. I have to, you know, drop down and, but the river, we're probably 100 yards from the river. So, as far as I can get along the levee and then drop down, and I want to have at least during dry conditions, I'd like to have a road that will get me all the way to the river. As you can see, I've got a road to the river. It may last until the first time the creek gets up, but at least I can get down there, and a path has been mapped out. So, and the food plot is ready to go. As far as I'm concerned, it's ready to plant. You know, I thought I may have to spray, but I mean, I'm pretty much bare dirt everywhere, so I think I'll bring some glyphosate. When I plant anything green, I'll just spot spray it, but for brassica clover blend and then top dress with some rye a few weeks later. I mean, it's a good looking seed bed, so hopefully get it planted next week and get this going. I've got a lot of work done this weekend, and outside of planting and putting up a few stands, this place is ready. I took out, that's one of those big autumn olive trees that was right on the edge of the food plot. I'll just take it out instead of letting it shade me on the south side there. So that's it. A lot of work got done on the Blackwater River farm this weekend.